to the final closing remarks portion of the Tech to Gov event. Thank you so much for joining us. Before we jump into content for the day, as we are rounding out the programming and you all connecting with the agencies, I want to say a big thank you to all of you for attending today, for being engaged, for being interested in public interest technology roles, both with our partners as well as our state and federal agencies. Just a quick note to say, so far already today, there have been 2,300 conversations had between attendees and agencies, and we'll send out updated information. Please stay tuned and check your emails after the event for a survey that we will be sending out. It's important to us to gather your feedback and to hear how we can better iterate on our events as we move forward. So thank you so much for joining us. We've had some really incredible speakers throughout the day. All of the previous sessions will be recorded and we'll be sharing that out on our mailing list. We've heard from incredible people. The day kicked off with Director Easterly with the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency. We got to hear some amazing lightning talks from folks who were California's former CTIO, who is now in the private sector. We heard from Kathy, who was formerly with US Digital Service and the National AI Advisory Committee, who's now a VP at Workday. We had an amazing panel of folks representing both state and federal agencies who have recently moved into government public sector roles, appreciated the storytelling and the representation we had from those speakers. And really excited to bring you Olivia today. Olivia is a senior policy advisor with the Presidential Innovation Fellows in the Office of Science and Technology Policy at the White House, where she works on AI policy. During her time at the White House, she's written policy for the government use of AI, as well as worked on the upcoming AI executive order. Before working on policy, Olivia worked on AI implementation at tech companies like Amazon and Microsoft Research. And her work on building AI systems in the private sector informs her approach on AI policy today. Olivia, thank you so much for joining us today. Turning it over to you.
Great. Thank you so much, Michelle, and thank you all for being here. My name is Olivia Zhu, like Michelle mentioned, and I'm a senior policy advisor at the White House Office of Science and Technology Policy, or OSTP. OSTP works to harness the power of science, technology, and innovation to achieve America's greatest aspirations and to tackle our biggest challenges. And I'm excited to tell you all a bit more about our work today. Firstly, I want to recognize that 2 years ago, I was standing where many of you all are today. I had worked at 4 technology companies as a software developer, a data scientist, a product manager, and a manager of AI teams at various points throughout my career. I had, and I still have, a passion for technology, and I wondered whether I could apply technology for the public good. Through the Presidential Innovation Fellowship Program, I found myself working at the White House. The White House has many tech priorities, ranging from designing customer experiences to bolster the public's trust in government, to improving cybersecurity to protect our privacy and national security. But I particularly want to talk with you all today about the White House's priority on artificial intelligence. President Biden has been clear that AI is one of the most powerful technologies of our time, and that American leadership in the world today requires American leadership in AI. As with every powerful technology, each of AI's applications will have bright and dark sides. On the bright side, AI has an enormous potential for the work that the government does for the American people. I'll give you all a few examples. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, or NOAA, whose weather data feeds the weather apps in your phone, analyzes weather data, including wind speeds, temperature, and satellite imagery, to get better and better at providing timely and actionable notifications that keep people safe from severe weather events. The Federal Aviation Administration, or FAA, is developing AI to predict failures of FAA equipment to ensure safer air travel. The Social Security Administration is using AI to facilitate the disability determinations process to deliver benefits to those in need as quickly as possible. And the US Patent and Trademark Office uses AI to improve patent application processing. However, while we see these huge amount of benefits, we also know that the potential harms of AI are wide-ranging. We see risks around information integrity and fraud. AI's ability to generate content that is fake but appears realistic can be used to defraud consumers and seniors and further erode trust in our democratic institutions and processes. We see risks around safety and security. Risks in AI include crashes in automated vehicles and battlefield errors caused by AI. We see risks to privacy and civil rights. We've seen companies and organizations which have already used AI in ways that have reduced in greater inaccuracies in medical diagnoses for Black people and higher mortgage rates for Hispanic people. And we also see risks to jobs and the economy. We know that AI can help create new jobs, but it can also supplant the need for some jobs. So what does the government have to do in all of this? The government has a core responsibility on behalf of the American people to ensure that we harness the opportunities of AI while mitigating its risks. To fulfill this responsibility, the Biden-Harris administration is taking important steps on AI. The administration published the Blueprint for an AI Bill of Rights last year and the AI Risk Management Framework earlier this year, laying out principles and initial practices to identify and mitigate risks from AI. President Biden has additionally secured voluntary commitments from 15 leading AI companies. The companies agreed to follow a series of practices that can help limit risks to safety, security, and trust, and that will serve as a bridge to regulation for this fast-moving technology. OSTP has worked with research and development agencies to lay out a new national strategic plan for AI research and development and has recommended establishing a national AI research resource with computational and data resources to broaden participation in AI research and development. And looking ahead, the Biden-Harris administration is developing an executive order on AI, which will be released this fall to help America lead the way in responsible innovation. Finally, the Office of Management and Budget is drafting guidance for public comment aimed to empower agencies to put AI to work responsibly and to protect individuals' rights and safety. This guidance will also serve as a model for state and local governments, businesses, and others to follow in their own procurement and use of AI. As you can see, the US government is taking a vast amount of action on AI. But none of this can happen without strong AI talent in the government. We need technologists to help us build AI to better serve the public. We need technologists to help us ensure that we mitigate the risks of AI. We need technologists like you. We hope that you all come join us on our mission to make AI work for the American people. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, Olivia. Appreciate your remarks and your insights. In the chat, you'll see that we dropped the link to the AI article that Olivia was mentioning. Again, you probably saw the pop-up, but you received an email invitation to give your thoughts and feedback to us in the form of a survey. Again, it's deeply important to us that we gather your feedback and help iterate on this event. We hope you were able to have incredibly successful conversations with the over 45 agencies that joined us today. We had at least 30 federal agencies. We had over 10 state agencies and many partner agencies who have active applications open for their fellowships with partners like Coding It Forward. Stay connected to us. In the chat, you'll see where we dropped an invitation to stay connected on our mailing list. Post-event, the communications that you can expect from us will include information about future events. We will be sharing out the open roles posted for the agencies who participated today in post-event communication. We will also send updated roles eventually via the mailing list as well. If you have any questions, please feel free to connect with us in the chat. for the remainder of this event, or feel free to connect with us at tech2govinfo@techtalentproject.org, and we'll be sure to drop that email in the chat as well. Again, thank you so much for attending today and for connecting with agencies. If you have any questions, please reach out to our teams. The booths will remain open for the remainder of the time here, and we look forward to connecting with you again in the future. And Olivia, thank you again for sharing.
Thank you all for this great event and putting this on. Thank you all so much.